What's the worst thing a nightmare roommate ever did? My roommate Kevin stole my dog while I was literally dying in the hospital. 3 weeks before that, I got into a brutal motorcycle accident. Wet leaves, a sharp turn, and I turned into a human pinball, shattered my arm, cracked 3 ribs, and busted up my leg bad. The doctors told me I'd be in the hospital for at least 3 weeks. I barely heard them. I was too busy thinking about Moose. Moose is my chocolate lab, 4 years old, pure soul, my best friend since college. As the ambulance was loading me up, I managed to text Kevin, "Can you watch Moose just until I get out?" He replied, "Yeah." No punctuation, typical Kevin. Whatever, at least Moose would be home. From my hospital bed, I kept checking in. "How's Moose? Is he eating okay?" Kevin would reply with, "Fine," or "He's good." Not a single photo, no details. But I was grateful he was helping, even if he wasn't thrilled about it. I counted down the days. All I wanted was to see Moose again. I even had the nurses show me pictures on my phone because I missed him so much. Pathetic maybe, but Moose was everything to me. When I finally got discharged, Kevin picked me up. I was hobbling on crutches, sore as hell, but I couldn't stop smiling. I was about to see my dog again. We got to the apartment, and it was silent. Too silent. "Where's Moose?" I asked. Kevin barely looked at me. "Oh, I gave him to your cousin. He wouldn't stop barking." I stopped cold. "What cousin?" "Kevin, I don't have any cousins around here." That's when his whole vibe changed. Started getting all nervous and twitchy. "Well, some guy said he was your cousin and that he'd take better care of the dog." I lost it. Started shouting. Who was this person? Where did they go? How could you just give away someone else's dog? Eventually, Kevin admitted Moose was too much work, so he found him a better home. I was shaking. I could barely stand. And now I had to figure out what happened to my best friend because my lazy roommate couldn't handle a lab. I called every animal shelter, every rescue, posted online everywhere. Nothing. 4 days later, I found him. A private rescue group had Moose listed on their site. I called instantly. They said Moose had been surrendered by his owner with paperwork signed, but I was in the hospital at the time the papers were signed. Still on crutches, I drove straight there and demanded to see the forms. There it was, my name, my signature. Except I hadn't signed a damn thing. The woman at the rescue was stunned when I showed her my hospital records and explained. She was super apologetic, but Moose had already been adopted. A family from another state had picked him up 2 days earlier. I called the police. Kevin had stolen my ID, which I'd left at home, and forged my signature. That made it felony-level identity fraud and animal theft. The rescue gave me the adopter's contact info. I called them immediately. They answered. Super sweet couple. When I told them the full story, the accident, the forgery, everything, they were heartbroken. They'd already fallen in love with Moose. But once I sent them proof, the police report, the hospital ID, even selfies with Moose from before, they agreed to let him come home. I drove 5 hours on a busted leg to get him. When I walked into their house, Moose lost it. Jumped all over me, tail wagging, making these weird howling sounds like he couldn't believe it. The couple was crying. I was crying. Even Moose seemed to get that something massive had just happened. Kevin got arrested. Police found texts on his phone bragging to friends about getting rid of that damn dog while I was laid up. He's now facing up to 3 years for identity theft and forgery. And Moose? He hasn't left my side since.